The green jacket is simply timeless. To wear it requires hard work, steady nerve, and great skill. Slipping your arms into the sleeves is the fulfillment of a lifelong dream. And wearing the green jacket signifies for a lifetime that you are a champion. This could be only one place: the Masters.
Not going to be many twos surrendered today at the fourth. Rory will be having one attempt in about 25-30 feet. Jason Day made his par up at the fifth, but now it's Cabrera over at 4.
A nice look at the green from just short and right. Cavernous bunker. This one a little left to right up the hill. It's a very good putt. What a beautiful lag. That's exactly what you want from there. And Cabrera has he scared it from a long way away. There is room for him to get in there. Rory McIlroy will coming slightly more left to right, around where his feet were. So kind of a mixed bag to start with for Angel Cabrera, but in great shape. And we will go to number 8. Does anybody remember this guy?
Well, he has a putt for an eagle, and despite a bogey at the fourth hole, he has this to go 5 under for the round and be 1 off the lead. This to go 10 under. Extraordinary second shot. And he's eagled the 8th hole. This is the most difficult hole of the par 5s to eagle.
He's coming right through here, right at you.
You're going to see a fist pump if this goes in.
Get it! Get it!
So 10 under par.
I think he said about time.
1 behind McIlroy. What a scorecard. Bogey at 4, the long par 3. 4 birdies and an eagle, and look who is there, tied for second.
I think the frightening thing, Peter, is it all happened in such a rush, isn't it? You've got a 4-shot lead. By the time you walk off the second green, it's gone. And once this filters back, David, this is going to be some message.
We heard it, and we know who it was. Well, I mean, tough to be very aggressive with that one. There it was. That's unmistakable. And man, talk about a baptism. Does anybody remember? I'm telling you, how can you play as badly as he has seemed to play, and before halftime on Sunday, you're a shot back? This just lights his fire. Rory McIlroy did tap in on 4. Saddle up, man. To the 5th.
And the tee shot here, which he missed left yesterday into the bunker, led to bogey.
Well, he's happy with that one, Jim. Happiest hitting driver, even though it brings the bunkers into play. That's beautifully judged. Boy, has he got to dig deep to settle down. Can't exactly draw on too much of experience, Banks. Only been on tour for 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, over at the 9th. Remember 2 years ago, Nick, when Tiger and Phil were paired together in the final round? And Phil shot 30 on this first side, and Tiger shot 32. Those two were making a run. Eventually, Cabrera won it. But this time he's only 1 back after beginning the day 7 behind.
That's the view from down in the fairway. That little top of that pine tree right in the middle of the picture, the smaller one. He's going to launch it over that.
Yeah.
Tiger's watching it. What does that mean? That means pine needles and right behind a pine tree.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's completely stymied, but
Oh, he'll find a way, Jim.
he'll find a way. Maybe another foot of a roll out there, and he might have had no shot. Meanwhile, over at the 5th, here is Schwartzel. This was earlier. 26-year-old who turned professional at 18. Got to climb up? Nope. Schwartzel. You got to be so careful. His idol is Ernie Els. Meanwhile, McIlroy, they've been waiting. They waited on the tee at 4. They're waiting here. Second shots at 5. As now Choi makes a run at birdie.
Difficult putt to keep high enough to the player's right. Oh, wow. Great run.
There's Tiger over at the 9th. His position.
Come on, Tiger. Come on, Tiger. He's scared. He's the man.
We can have a go at a Phil Mickelson, Jim. Phil on the 13th last year. This is very similar. I'm sure I think he might just be able to get a follow through in without whacking the tree. But that front left hole location, the false front, hardly at the firmest of footing in those pine needles.
Back to 5, Schwartzel for par.
Good
That's a
two-putt.
good stroke, yeah. Really taught the game by his father, George, who played on the South African Sunshine Tour at one time and recently regained his amateur status back. Over to 6.
And how about this stance over the putt, Adam Scott?
Excuse me, where's he aiming, Vern?
Isn't that something?
This is where Tiger managed to land it. These guys have to look for the fall line where the gravity's going to take it.
Back to 5.
KJ to stay 8 under.
I was thinking, Jim, with the chaos going on all around, this man, very strong. Mind, body and swing could be very interesting if it comes down to all these youngsters and the nerves of Tiger putting the pressure on.
Cabrera will be first. And again, that's his 19-year-old son, Angelito, on the bag. He's a scratch golfer. Hopes to win the Argentina Amateur later this year. There's an older brother, too, Federico, who's playing in a golf tournament in Colombia this weekend. He's 22 and already a professional. Okay, back to the 9th. And while Tiger contemplates, Cabrera's ready to fire.
Difficult hole location. Back. See, there's a little ridge just there. Anything over that, it would probably hop forward, could go over the back of the green, so everybody plays safe, and then it bites.
Of course, the difficulty here over at 9. And by the way, Adam Scott made that rather sizable par putt at 6 for his 3. Now, how do you gauge the right distance off the straw?
Yeah, I'm amazed how well the guys do it. He's just going to try, unless he pulls a miracle off. But I think the patrons are indicating pulling it, and that will be. Have to be very careful that trying to get that up and down. I doubt he can go towards that flagstick.
Yeah, if you do, you run the risk of it running right back down off the front of the green. Here's McIlroy, second at the 5th.
Can he just carry it over that subtle ridge where Cabrera's ball is?
That is not a good shot at all.
No, he's come out of that one, just spun out of it. The hips and arms slightly out of timing, out of sync.
to 6.
And Charles Schwartzel on the tee, birdied the first round, par each of the last 2. That is the ball of KJ Choi, and so they're both going to face similar birdie putts here at the 6th. Back to 5.
And Cabrera outside of 25 feet for birdie. Well, Luke Donald won the par 3 tournament on Wednesday. Cabrera and Raymond Floyd finished 1 shot back. Yeah, that was the line, wasn't it? Rory needs to put on a little solid stroke here, Nick, coming up.
Yeah, especially for his own nerves. It's just to calm him. Now let's see if Tiger, where is he looking now? He's looking left at the top shelf. Trying to play it to the top, feed it down. And that's going to hang on by its teeth. As good as he could do. No, this will be a real test for Tiger. He basically just suddenly started holding everything. Can he find a way to save par at the 9th?
I want to hear from you about the psychology of it all right now for the rest of the field and also for Tiger now that he's right there.
Exactly. It's all about nerve. Augusta tests your nerve.
That is the 3rd one.
Yeah.
Missed on the left side.
All of a sudden, the hands just don't feel the same. Your elbows don't feel the same. It's brutally hot out there.
How about this? Tiger Woods is tied for the lead, along with Schwartzel and McIlroy. Seven.
And on the tee, Jason Day. Very aggressive play going with the driver. And we've heard a lot of muttering out of him, but that gets a kick back out of the trees, although it'll be a long way back. Let's go see if Tiger can make par at 9.
Well, it's a pretty level putt, is it not, Nick?
No, it's got quite a bit of right to left.
Okay.
At least I rolled a couple of balls this morning, and from about a yard or two further right, I got about 15 inches of break from 15 feet. So
inside of just a couple of feet, then, huh?
Well, he may be coming down a fraction straighter. So it probably needs a foot. This ball needs to be a foot right.
This for a first 931 could go to the second side tied. It's straight.
Wow. A totally different Tiger. We saw moments of it day 2, 7 birdies in 11 holes. Yesterday was all sorts of misses. Today, everything firing on all 9 cylinders.
Just an incredible side of golf. I mean, when you look at the first 10 names on the leaderboard, you see Schwartzel's 2 under, then you'll see a whole bunch of players at even for the day. But the thing just flashing is at 5 under for the round. Look at all those even for the round, not getting anything going.
Is Tiger going to shoot 62 today and be the first man ever to shoot 62?
In any major, by the way. That would just be
any
here.
major.
It would be the
ever.
lowest round in major history.
63 is the lowest in all the majors.
Well, he's on form, isn't he? Now here's 26-year-old Charles Schwartzel. Speaking of form, he's chipped in at the first, he holed a wedge at the third, he three-putted at the fourth. He's had an adventure, and this is his bid for the lead. Not quite. But he will finish 1/3 of the last round at the 2011 Masters, sharing the top spot with Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods. To 7.
Well, Jason Day didn't get a complete bounce back into the fairway, so this is his second shot at 7. Got it caught up in the pine straw, never hit it more than 50 yards in the air. Let's go back to 6.
KJ Choi, that's for a 3. And Choi, 2 back. One of 3 who are at 8 under par. Joins that spot with Angel Cabrera and Jason Day. And back on the tee, Cabrera.
You know, Vern, this last pair is really playing. They're quick players, and I think that there's going to be difficulty for them waiting all day long as we see the second shot for Adam Scott at 7.
Yes, Peter, I wanted to add that as well. Standing there looking and watching and thinking is the last thing you need to be doing on a Sunday afternoon here.
Now, they'd like to play on their pace, and right now they're not able to do that. A wonderful shot by Adam Scott. So, if the Masters begins with the second 9 on Sunday, guys.
Bring it on. 3 wood. Just turn it.
Cameras, guys. Come on.
Settle down, everybody.
Where's his head right now, Nick? I mean, it's been
really good
since the 08 U.S. Open.
It's really good
since he had a piece of a lead in a major championship.
He's totally in the moment, totally in present time. He loves it. He's suddenly found his 6th gear, and he's absolutely relishing in this. They've been working with Sean Foran on a shorter swing. Tiger has a tendency to overturn. That's when he gets stuck underneath it, and that's when as we described on the way down, he gets stuck underneath or blocks it, all sorts, tries to rescue it. But if you can keep that timing going, keep that turn being tight, back and through, we shall see.
Over to 6.
And Cabrera.
One of the bravest shots. I hope he gets the reward, Vern.
Yes, indeed, Nick.
Well,
back to 7.
The 3rd shot now for Jason Day. And that will not quite get high enough to get the benefit of the slope. So he'll have that left for his par. Back to 6.
Rory McIlroy. 8-iron.
So difficult not to look at that left edge and see how it falls off, and then you automatically bail out. And again, Rory's left himself in a very awkward spot. Little knoll there right in front of his golf ball.
Rory McIlroy trying to find a little piece of magic here in the 6th. Had a chance. Bill Mark. We go forward.
Jason Day at 7 for par. Well, doomed by an errant tee shot on this very tight 450-yard par 4. He'll most likely make his 5. We'll go back to 6.
Angel Cabrera for birdie. Just does start it down the hill. To 7.
Now Adam Scott for his birdie to get to -8. And those were the putts that he needed to hole, and that's why he went to the long putter. Adam Scott bidding to become the first Australian to ever win a Masters green jacket. And Angel Cabrera back at 6. Vern, he's not had very good feel on the greens today, has he? His speed has been off all day long.
You're right. Ooh. Deep breath allowed. And a 3 for Cabrera to 10.
Big time tee shot here for Tiger.
A very accessible hole location. Middle of the green.
Back to 6.
McIlroy. Tie at the top is maintained as McIlroy and Cabrera head for the 7th tee. Let's go to 7.
And KJ Choi out of the left second cut. I'm not sure he planned it that way, but boy, that's a spectacular result.
From the rough, he had one choice, and that was that. Anything else would be short or long.
Wow.
Incredible.
Brilliant effort there.
Oh.
Now his fellow competitor, Charles Schwartzel. Just a very elegant swing. Positions are immaculate, and the rhythm as well. 171 yards left. He has plenty of room left, probably as much as 8 or 9 yards left of the hole, and that much past the hole where the ball will funnel back toward the cup. Now starts it on a wonderful line toward the middle of the middle bunker. And he just gets it a yard too far to the left. Will it catch the slope?
And he knows it, Peter.
No. And now he's going to he'll be hard pressed now to 2-putt from there. He'll most likely have to make a reasonable length 4th putt, or 2nd putt rather, for his 4th shot. Now back on the tee, the final pairing. Angel Cabrera, Rory McIlroy. Cabrera, a homemade golf swing. Very free wheeling. Loves to hit it full and hard, but must find the fairway here. And he likes it, starts it down the left side with just a little bit of cut. And that's very nicely done. Now, Rory McIlroy, in my opinion, has the greatest arm freedom in a golf swing since Jack Nicklaus. Today, it is not quite that free. It's just a little bit more tension, which is going to make his timing a little bit more difficult. That was freer. If he can get his tension level under control, let's just not forget he's still tied for the lead. Now let's go forward to the 10th hole.
And for some of you joining us here at the top of the hour, Augusta National Golf Club delivering yet another riveting Sunday drama here. Usually we always talk about these second 9 charges and all the many changes on the leaderboard, but it happened early today, specifically because of this man who is trying to make that return back. Having not won a major since 2008 at Torrey Pines, the U.S. Open, have not won a tournament, in fact, of any kind anywhere in the world since winning in Australia 17 months ago. And just an explosive start here today. 13 putts through 9 holes. You know, in recent years, he struggled with his putting on the Sunday rounds at Augusta. We haven't seen that so far. With an eagle at the 8th.
And this one from the lower left side of pin high is as good as it gets, Jim. This is minimal break, uphill. All he'd be looking at is that last 4 feet just to put it into that little groove and feed it into the hole. Calls it putting into the picture. Visualize the ball going in the hole. That's the picture, and just do it.
Wow.
Can't believe it didn't break.
Playing with Martin Laird. I was asking you earlier, Nick, about the psychology of it all, because you've been saying, a lot of people have, that the psychology of the sport had changed, that the younger guys aren't afraid of him anymore. But now you really get the chance to find out if that's true when you get in the heat and intensity of a major championship, and Tiger is all systems go. Longest drought in a major. Last winning here in 2005 in that playoff victory over DeMarco. So what do you think, Nick? Is that hold true, or is that going to be?
Let's watch Charles first at 7. Peter?
Well, a big breaker to the right. Just needs to prod this forward maybe a yard or so. Gravity will do the rest. Yeah, see, he was 1 yard from having that putt right there for his birdie. Unfortunately, now he'll have it for his par. Tried to play the correct shot, just misplayed it a slight bit. Let's go to 8.
And Luke Donald, not with the power of many other players on PGA Tours around the world, laid up nicely. And we'll have that for a birdie. Seems pretty happy with that. Remember, Tiger 2 shots up into that back level of the green, back portion of the green, knock it in for an eagle as we go back to 7.
Where KJ Choi now has this to get to 1 shot from the lead. Currently -8. This will get him to -9. And I can tell you that Tiger did make his 4 at 10. Not much movement here. This is fairly straight.
Just needs to hit it hard enough, Peter. On the odd ones he misses, he just doesn't quite have that lovely tempo, and they just peel off to the right.
Yeah, this one will move a little bit to the right with dying speed. Nicely done. So KJ Choi now 1 back of our leaders. This afternoon is going to be spectacular. And look at the record for KJ Choi now for the last 2 years. Tied no worse than 4th in his 7 rounds. He's tied for 2nd. Well, actually, he's tied for 4th right now behind our 3 leaders. A year ago, played every round with Tiger Woods. knows how to handle the heat.
I think that's significant, Peter, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this is also significant for Charles. It's one thing to not make your birdie, but it's quite another to leave here with a bogey. Safely in, albeit not very aggressively. But look at that, 2 birdies and an eagle, 4 under through 7 holes. Let's go forward 1 hole to 8.
We saw the pitch shot from Luke Donald. This to get to 8 under. Little downhill, not much break. And in all the way. Lack of distance off the tee does not stop him making a birdie there. As we go back to 7.
And the second shot for Angel Cabrera. You have to wonder back at 3 if he got a bad yardage to be that far over the green. And no bad yardage there. That's where you want it, underneath the hole. He'll have a slight left breaking putt for his birdie. Almost exactly, maybe a foot further to the right than KJ Choi was. Now Rory McIlroy. Just didn't quite carry it as far as he wanted to. That was always going to spin back. Well, he's riding the ship a little bit. Let's go forward to 11.
A tough tee shot for Tiger here.
He intensely made a shorter backswing on that one, Ian.
And faded it down there ideally, Nick, to the top of the hill.
He's got to work hard to find it all the way in.
I have a feeling, Nick Faldo, that we are watching more Masters history today with Tiger Woods leading the way with Rory McIlroy and Charles Schwartzel at 10 under. He finds his way at the top of the hill at 11, starting Amen Corner.